So for a while there, I was not so keen with the GoPro just because trying to fit a microphone to it was a pain in the butt. I have done it with the special cable and a wired mic into my helmet, a second mic, because with the Sena Bluetooth intercom, obviously you do have a boom-based mic. But now with this GoPro backpack, it really simplifies the setup. So it's definitely brought the GoPro back into my good books, and I'll be using it in 2 to 3 months' time when I go on my trip to Thailand and do quite a few. We'll do some recordings with it. I did buy another camera, a Sony action cam, as they call it. It's a very nice camera. In some ways it's superior to this camera. It's got automatic image stabilization, which is really good because I've got that in my just normal handheld camera, and it really smooths out the quality of the video, particularly if you're moving. So I thought that's fantastic, because on a motorbike obviously you've got a lot of vibration, a lot of movement, and it would really mean that I wouldn't have to take the I could mount the camera on the bike, and it would get rid of all the vibrations, because my particular bike is very, very vibration prone. So I thought, wow, that camera is going to be great. And its design is more like the Contour Roam, I think, but smaller, more compact and lighter. And it's got higher resolution, and has slow-mo. It's superior in terms of technical features. So I thought, yeah, it's going to be a great camera. Then I tried using it a few times, and I found the picture quality wasn't any better, and than the GoPro. And I also found that the image stabilization worked up to a point. It made no difference with actual high frequency vibrations. So on a motorbike, strapped to an engine, something like that. So if the vibrations are high frequency, the image stabilization really doesn't do anything. Where it works is if you're, say, on a bicycle, where the oscillations are relatively slow. It can smooth out that sort of jerkiness quite well. So walking, perhaps running, on a bicycle, if it's not too rough, it's good. But on a motorbike, it doesn't make any difference. So the reason why I bought it, actually, it didn't eventuate. Well, I mean, it didn't work out that it sort of replaced the GoPro as such. The other negative I found was it also has a very inconvenient place to try and put your microphone. So if you want to do audio recording with the video, it's not easy. There's like a panel which is covered by a waterproof cover, and unfortunately that's where the microphone port is. For obvious reasons, but because it's there, the way you actually mount the camera means that you can't get to it. So if you use the most convenient mounts, which are directly underneath the camera, you can't access or connect to an external mic. You have to use their internal mics, which are not too bad for very staticky, low noise situations. They're superior to the GoPro's internal microphones for sure, but for motorcycle use where you want to hook in an external mic, it's hopeless. Also, the mounts that they have pretty much cover that port up. They do have one particular mount which I bought. It's pretty flimsy, but it does allow you to access the microphone port from underneath. But yeah, the clamp or the mount itself is pretty flimsy, and it's not a very good one. Since the Sena Gopro backpack came out, I mean, it's made connecting audio to the GoPro so much easier now. So yeah, I've got a second camera which I'm not really using anymore. I've got to find a good use for it. I think it would be a good. I've tried it on my bicycle a couple of times. It's not good mounted rigid to the handlebars because it picks up those vibrations. I tried it mounted on my helmet, but I found that as long as you're not concerned about the audio too much, it's okay. The video is pretty good. The audio is not so good because when you tilt, if it's mounted on your helmet and you keep on tilting your head up and down to say view the road or your bike computer or anything like that, it changes the angle of how the wind hits the mics on the front of the camera. So it really changes what you hear. So every time you say tilt your head up and down, you get a gush of wind noise, which you didn't get the second before. So, you know, I tend to look up and down a lot when I'm riding my bike, so I can make sure that I can see what's up ahead. So if you can keep your head really steady or mounted on your body, like on a chest mount, I think the Sony would be very good. I haven't tried a chest mount with the Sony yet for the bicycle, so I think the Sony technically is a better camera. It's got a better CMOS, so it can give a better picture. It's got certain modes which are superior, like its slow motion modes. It does have the stabilization, but it's a limited use, which is what I found. I'm going to definitely try and find more uses for it because it's still a good camera. I know there's a way you can actually hook up this the Sena backpack to it. So I saw something on a YouTube video. This guy was quite smart, clever. He realized that you could physically connect the backpack to the Sena unit utilizing the Gopro interface cable, which I also have. It's a little bit messy and sort of negates the whole, you know, less cables thing, but it does mean that you don't need to put in an additional mic in your helmet to connect to the Sony camera, which is at least, you know, it gets away with part of the problem. So you don't need two mics in your helmet, one for the intercom and one for the camera. You can use the same mic for both, which is good. But you do have to cable up, physically cable the camera to the GoPro, the Sena Bluetooth backpack. Whereas with the, obviously with the GoPro, it just clicks on the back. It's much simpler. So I might use the Sony for like different points of view on the bike. So I think I'm gonna try hooking it up to say the rear subframe to look at the rear, close to the exhaust. Wow. Close to the exhaust and get a point of view that way, or mount it down near the fork. I've got to find a way of clamping it. I think that'd be pretty cool. And any videos taken from the chest, or maybe from the head, I'll use the GoPro. It's much better suited for a chest mount. So I think that's the way I use it. Plus with this the audio thing, the audio Sena backpack, it just makes it much neater sort of installation. Okay.